Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope tonight it's time for Profit Review. Last week we discussed the May 14, 2026 Rustor, which of course means today we're here for May 21. So sit back and relax and I'll start yapping. So, what's my initial reaction when I first saw this Rustor? You know what? To just kind of get the point across, let's immediately talk about what I thought was the best investment for the week. Because, of course, with every single Rustor that we have, Hedge always questions, could we actually walk away with some sweet, delicious profit here? Is anything looking to be pretty appetizing? Now, in this particular predictions video, I just immediately jumped in and said what I personally thought was the best investment for the week. I just had to sit there and talk about from the bottom of my heart. Now, you don't even need the audio one. Just look at him. I always walked away. Oh. Well, here's being honest. He was going to sit there and tell you exactly what he thought was the best investment for the week. No. Not to sound mean, but it was a bit of a dud week. It was a bit of a dud week, yes indeed. So, basically, pretty quick video, straight to the point. I wasn't feeling very confident whatsoever. I honestly thought pretty much everything was probably going to go down in price. I was very much expecting that. So, but Hedge, you got like another skin for the No Mercy collection. You got another skin for the Gothic Veil collection. More Hellcore. Like, how could you say no? Because it didn't look very appealing. There's more problems than potential good things. Such as with the Gothic Veil garage door. Hey, it's nice to see, but that's another garage door being added to Rust this year. In 2026, we have seen a ridiculous amount of garage doors, and it's not going to stop, is it? It's never going to stop. We're just going to keep seeing more and more and more. And, whilst it looks nice for now, it's just, if something else comes out and it also looks really cool, and, it doesn't even have to look Gothic, for example, just appealing, just like glow in the dark and whatnot, that will lose interest. I just knew it. So, didn't trust that. I know the sheet metal double door and the sheet metal door did work out quite nicely, but I just wasn't feeling it for the garage door. Now, regards to No Mercy electric furnace, there's going to be so many more electric furnaces. Surely there's going to be a lot more after this one, right? Maybe. Is that really going to stand out compared to all the other ones that come out after it? Like, I remembered the bed. The No Mercy bed came out. It was one of the first ever bed skins to be accepted in all of Rust. And with it being one of the first and selling a lot, it did suffer. It did suffer pretty badly. And coincidentally, also sold for $3. Huh. That's pretty interesting. But I remembered that. Now, in regards to Hellcore, hey, I've very much enjoyed all the transparent aim sight weapons, the pay-to-win skins, you get the idea. But now that we've dabbled into clothing and armor, I was hoping for tier 2 and tier 3. Not bandana and poncho to follow the hoodie and pants. Now, I should point out, the hoodie and pants still shot up in price. It still went up to $3 a piece. But I don't want to be dabbling into primitive. I want to see core pieces. Boots and gloves. Tier 3 armor. Tier 2 armor. That's what we need to see. So are we now going to split up and now dabble into primitive and core pieces? I don't know. What, so you're telling me I got to look forward to some leather boots, hide boots and leather gloves? Sorry about that, got them mixed up. Sure, I guess, but I was kind of hoping for one thing and now we're going the other direction. It was a bit odd. So I was a bit confused. And, okay, this is a bit of a surprise. Berserker tactical gloves. The Berserker collection, it has been doing good. Maybe the tactical gloves won't sell too much. It lines up perfectly with the rest of the set. That could happen. But is it still in demand during this time? Well, 2 months ago, yes, it was. It was doing good. So, okay. Well, I could be optimistic, right? It's easy to say, to be honest with you. But then with the remaining skins, well, I'm not too fond with handmade LMGs, and the Bird of Luck collections are weapon-only collections, so that's kind of doomed. It's pretty easy to figure that one out. Oasis collection has been quite funny over the past year or so. Okay, in this particular instance, it looks like that, but there is actually an Oasis collection, which I'll remind you of. So, Oasis, here we are. Ta-da! Only the sheet metal double door has ever really worked out very well. That's it. And how many beds are we going to see this year as well? because we have seen quite a lot, not a ridiculous amount, but still enough for me to still question everything, because of course bed only became skinnable back in October 2025, and at this specific point in time, that's number 32. That's quite a lot of beds, and we haven't even had a full year yet. So okay, cool, point understood, we get it. So that's not looking very likely to retain its value. But then we have the Mutagen SMG, and I remember talking quite a lot about this. So at first glance, perhaps you don't care for the colour scheme and whatnot. At least it's trying something different. But what I cared about was the fact they had a transparent aim sight. Yes, we've only seen so many transparent aim sight custom SMGs being accepted into Rust, and they've all actually worked out quite alright. At this point in time, back in May 2026, I can confirm to you, we saw the Ruin SMG, the Ghost Halloween SMG, and the Hellcore custom SMG. All three of these were transparent aim sights. All of them were perfectly in the positive. Now, this did almost 16,000 subscribers. That did just over 10,000. This only managed to do about 7,500. Custom SMGs, they don't really tend to sell that much. But if they have that pay-to-win feature, people are going to be appreciating them, right? So I was looking at the Mutagen SMG with some keen eyes. I was curious. I was interested. But do I have to wait until the summer peaks to be able to flip them for a good profit? Well, that might be the case. Or maybe I have to hold on to them for even longer, around post-Christmas time. So it was looking appealing. It's just custom SMG itself, a lot of people hardly ever use it. And, well, use it enough to justify owning skins. So you can't just assume because it's a pay-to-win skin, it's definitely going to be used a lot. So, cool. And then there's a concrete barricade. That's exactly what we needed, right? Yes, it's a sequel to the Sheet Metal Door, but that Sheet Metal Door did not even care. So, okay, concrete barricades. Surely that'll work out quite right. Oh, yeah, it was the exact same thing 2 months before, back in May 2026. It was pretty obvious the more recent skins that have been accepted haven't worked out very well. So I actually wasn't feeling very confident in it at all. And it's quite a surprise because we did somewhat recently have the Sheet Metal barricade. So, conclusion, I wasn't feeling very confident this week. Initially, because of course, as time passes, we need to see what the sales will look like. You know, we can then kind of figure out, you know what? Maybe a lack of sales could actually help things out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and showcase to you the first 24 hours of sales. Let's go ahead and showcase that. Boom. Can confirm, Gothic Veil Garage Door was the highest selling skin and it only had 7,300 subscribers. Yeah, this is a very quiet week. Very, very, very quiet. But you know what? Hardly any sales. Okay. You know what? Some things here could actually work out quite all right. So a sheer lack of sales could still lead to some success, but it might be better off if a situation would just stick with a builder. Okay, cool. So, well, let's go ahead and talk about the abnormal barders then. 6.5 days have passed. What are we considering in regards to prices? So as you can see here, Gothic Veil Garage Door, top seller after 7 days almost, 16,500 subscribers. It's still a reasonable amount, just not really that much though. Again, walking into this, I wasn't really expecting that much, and it's fine for what it is. No Mercy Electric Furnace, just over 15,000 subscribers. Hellcore Bandana, just over 13,000 subscribers. I haven't even talked about the Pump Shotgun. Don't want to sound mean, but it's that forgettable. Poncho there, 10,500. You can see it. So, all right. What prices was I suggesting then for all the abnormal skins? Gothic Veil Garage Door. I suggested $1.20 to $1.70 for that $2.99 skin. I didn't fully trust it. Again, the previous two doors, they did good. But I hadn't seen any signs of a collection continuation. I wasn't really sure if we're definitely going to get one. But it has been somewhat successful. But I was still anticipating, eventually at some point, it's going to be October again. With a lot more garage doors potentially being accepted between that time. That very likely will get lost in a shuffle and go down in price. We need to see collection continuations. If I'm not seeing them, I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm confident. So yeah, awkward. No Mercy Electric Furnace. Didn't trust it. I just said $1 to $1.50. I remember what happened to the bed. Although didn't sell too ridiculously, there was still going to be a lot more electric furnaces, wasn't there? I just knew it was going to happen. So, not super in your face, not super flashy, but that's what No Mercy is. It's got a nice discreet style to itself. It gets consistent acceptances. I can't, criticise that, can I? But I do know for a fact we had seen some very nice glow in the dark designs for electric furnaces. I thought they were going to probably take away all the attention from that, for example. So, understood. Hellcore, bandana, and poncho. You know what? I was actually feeling a little bit more confident with the bandana in comparison to the poncho. It really did look as if bandanas do look like they could work out quite alright. So I will talk more about that, but I was getting a little bit curious. The sales weren't too ridiculous. In comparison to the hoodie and pants sales, it was quite similar. Okay, that was looking pretty good then. Poncho though, in the past I've seen many ponchos come out with bandanas, and guess what tends to go down in price more compared to the other? Yes, the ponchos. And for now, it's the best armour to put over your hoodie and pants, haha. But other than that, I was kind of questioning things. For the bandana, I said 80 cents to $1.10, with it priced at $1.49. And with the poncho priced at the same, I suggested 70 cents to 90 cents. With the flow pump shotgun, with that being a $2.49 skin, after having a lot of interesting pump shotgun skins already being accepted this month, I didn't trust it. No. I didn't think it was going to hold up. I saw no signs of a collection continuation or anything. I just said 80 cents to $1.10 because I don't really see pump shotguns go down that bad. But even then, just go for a local barter basically. Berserker Tactical Gloves, 80 cents to $1.10, a $1.49 skin. The sales it had, it looks as if it could potentially be one of the lowest selling skins in all of the Berserker collection, more specifically in comparison with the clothing and the armour. If that would be appreciated later on, that would be rising up in price ever so nice. So yeah, I was curious, I was interested. With the Bird of Luck, handmade MG, I just said 60 cents to 80 cents. Handmade MGs aren't being appreciated. It's a weapon only collection. Bird of Luck collection hasn't been doing very well for quite some time. Yeah, so. Oasis bed. Yeah, your collection's also a little bit funny. You also didn't sell like that much at all. 5,600 subscribers right here. I went with $1 to $1.50 for a $2.49 bed. I thought that'd be quite alright. Mutagen Custom SMG. It's a $3 skin. I thought to myself, you know what? I feel like it's inevitability that when times are bad, that customer, I thought it was going to drop off. I could foresee it dropping off. But I could also see it slowly being appreciated a little bit more. And of course, that'd stack up. And of course, that eventually would rise up in price and work out as a nice investment. Saw that happen with the Ruin SMG. Saw that happen with the Ghost Halloween SMG. Initially, a lot of people didn't notice how good it was. And then eventually they did. And then suddenly they bought it out and the prices are a lot better. So, I was hoping Mutagen SMG would be the same, and I did see attempts for a collection continuation, but was it going to work out? Was it going to be appreciated? We'll discuss that in a bit. And then the only skin for the week that was not abnormal was the Crit Barricade, priced at $1.49. I do not trust concrete barricades. I said 40 cents to 60 cents. Didn't trust it at all. And so, you're going to sit there and ask me, all right then, Hedge, did you happen to buy any of the skins? And I can confirm to you, I actually went ahead and I bought 30 Hellcore bandanas. I'll talk more about history of bandana skins of the past and whatnot, but I was starting to question, are we going to start seeing more primitive skins instead of core pieces? Core pieces being tier 2 and tier 3. You get the idea. So, alright, cool. But I also went ahead and bought 20 Mutagen Custom SMGs. I looked at it. The sales are very, very low. It's a transparent aim sight pay-to-win custom SMG. I just thought, surely it could work out quite alright in the future. Maybe. So I thought about that a lot. And I just thought, you know what, I'll just go grab 20 of them. A sneaky 20. We'll see what happens next. Well then, speaking of what happens next, let's go ahead and talk about the outcomes. So, over to here. Let's go ahead and discuss how did everything turn out. Well, I mean, at first glance, you might notice that all the prices basically went down. Yeah. So, we're walking into this not feeling super enthusiastic. And lo and behold, Oof. Yeah, everything kind of went down in price. I'm sure you can see that, so let's just go ahead and get through this. Gothic Garage Store, I did not trust you. I questioned you a lot, and lo and behold, you went down by more than half your price. So, yeah, that happened. Oof. It just didn't hold up. I'm not sure if this is definitely the lowest price it's ever been, but we did have a June dip. Towards the end of June, we did notice prices dropping down, and it looks like it actually is starting to recover. With all due respect, it does look as if it could start to recover. I don't think that's going down any more so than what it is, and we do potentially have a collection on the horizon. So let's go ahead and point that out. Attempts for an armoured double door are on the workshop, but will it actually happen? We shall see. Single armoured door as well. Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, things are looking pretty sweet there potentially, but that did suffer. It did suffer bad. So yeah. I recall I did remove my stronger barder because I didn't trust it fully. No Mercy electric furnace. What if I were to tell you expectations were met pretty quickly? Yeah. So it was pretty easy to spot. We've seen a lot of No Mercy skins being accepted for the newer brand new skinnables and whatnot, and of course electric furnace. It's the newest brand new skinnable back in May. And, well, it just kind of went down pretty quickly. Kind of did quite all right initially for a bit, and then it went back down again. Yeah. Now, I'm not really sure if I can sit here and say it stopped going down. It does look a whole lot more stable now. But, wow, you're basically half your price. And I did remove my stronger barder. I didn't want to be picking them up for the highest price and whatnot. So, yeah. I had it around $1.50. I did remove it, and right now it's about $1.70. Who knows where it ends up next? But I can confirm to you, we did see a lot more colourful, bright, and interesting designs for electric furnaces. So quite some time after this, Space Station, Popstar, Molten Visage. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty interesting lineup. But we also happened to see the Industrial DLC pack as well with its very own electric furnace. So, yeah. Wasn't really a good spot for you to be in. If it appeared like a month later, maybe it would have held its value a lot better. But then again, I'm sure the skin creator prefers having a lot more sales. So, alright then, fair enough. So, alright, cool. What I should also have pointed out is we did see some more garage doors being accepted after this as well, including the Industrial Garage Door, with all of its very special transparency. Ooh. So, yeah. The point remains, more skins appeared after them. They did take away the attention. Hardcore bandana. So I was looking at all the bandanas back then, and honestly, things were looking pretty appealing. We're seeing prices rise up very nicely as we get closer and closer to June time. And whilst that was looking pretty good back then, after the first week of June, as I've already stated, quite a lot of skins went down in price. On average, most skins went down between 10 to 20%. And right now you might notice, oh wow, yeah, they're not looking so good now. No. But I thought that was actually going to do quite all right. I thought that was actually going to hold up quite nicely. I paired this up with some other skins, and it looked cool. It looked as if it stood out nicely and whatnot. Like, I must have said that about 5 times already. I guess I just had a hunch, and I went for it. It looked cool, but when you're only down in price a little bit, surely when we really kick into gear and see the prices rise up for the summertime, we're going to see that, going up in the positive. I should also point out, Hellcore did also get tier 3 and a jacket accepted, so, But, yeah, it's not exactly terrible, but I am surprised to sit here and say the poncho's doing better. The poncho is, in fact, doing better. It's actually retaining its value. But there's only 41 listings, and it's still technically going down a fair bit as of now. But, yeah, looks a whole lot more stable compared to a whole lot more skins. Let's also look at the bandana, because, like, wasn't this in the positive for a while? I do remember this being in the positive for quite some time. But again, as we went through June, it just got worse for everything. And instantly, I do notice it's just a straggler. Oh, it's just a straggler. You remove that, and it's in the positive again. There's only 35 listings. Sales history, I mean, yeah, no, you were doing good for a while. I was actually pretty pleased. Okay. So this is why we always double check and just look and see them on the Steam market as well. Can confirm that bandana is holding up. And I will ask you, have you picked up any of these? Did you buy any straight from the Rust store? Did you buy anything straight from the Rust store? Are you pleased with the current outcome? So I'm actually not too bothered or too upset with the Hellcore things there. They are actually both perfectly fine for now. Here's hoping we see some interesting sequels. I will point out, hide clothing was produced. Skin Creator is going to bit back and forth with the choices and what they're making, but I can confirm there is some hide clothing right there with a head wrap. They gave it a shot, just wasn't accepted. But who knows what gets accepted randomly in the future. So, cool. We'll keep an eye out. We'll see what happens. Flow pump shotgun. I didn't really talk that much about it. Sorry to say, like, my apologies to Kuba. But after what had already been accepted up to this point, I didn't think it was going to hold up. I didn't think it stood out that much in comparison to the other skins. And honestly, look at all the pump shotgun skins. They've all suffered. Now, there's a big question in regards to who here is actually making pump shotguns. Not necessarily doing the fisherman quest to go get this for free, for example, but I'm talking about, like, who's actually making them and skinning them at the same time. Doesn't sound like a lot of people do that. So are we surprised to see every single pump shotgun's down in price? They used to be an uncommon sight, but more recently over the years we start to see a lot more of them being accepted. So I guess this was an inevitability. With far too many of them being accepted in such a short amount of time, are we really that surprised to see them struggling now? So, ooh, not a pretty outcome for you, but it's also not surprising either, is it? So, yeah, alright, fair enough then. Berserker tactical gloves, I can confirm to you in comparison to all the other skins, if I just look at them based on lower subscribers, those tactical gloves did happen to be the lowest selling skin compared to the skins. And yeah, it's down in price. But that's in demand and people like it. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Why? Why is that? Is it a straggler? No. Okay. Is it because a lot of people decided to unload their stock? That probably is the answer. Let's go ahead and find out. Dun, 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 dun. No? I guess people just weren't super eager to get some tactical glove skins anytime soon. That is honestly quite a surprise. Sales history, please. How's it been recently? It's been a downward trend. Well, that's awkward. Yeah, I mean, it is. Look at it. So, are you actually going to recover? Or maybe, you know what? If you were intrigued with what I said, Berserker Collection is in demand, it would probably work out a whole lot better for it if it like, didn't sell as much, or rather, if it didn't sell too much in comparison to all the hoodie and pants, and like the tier 2 and tier 3, like, that right there. It is the lowest selling skin compared to all the clothing armor, and it has worked out nicely in the past. Don't you think that might be in a very, 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 very good position right about now? If you're looking for potential summer investments, I might have just pointed something out to all of you, just saying. So, hey, we'll see what happens next. It would have been a whole lot more interesting to have looked at this whole Rust store during August, because around then it's where we tend to expect the prices improving a whole lot better. So, maybe the timing's just wrong. Who knows? I kind of get the feeling someone must have dumped and it scared everybody else, but now we're only seeing like the aftermath of it. I can't give you a proper answer because I can't easily tell. But like not custom SMG, handmade MG. There you go. Yeah, still down a price. So bird of luck. Oh boy, oh dear. I mean, it was expected. And then you look at all the handmade MG skins, and oh boy, oh dear, oh no. Yeah, it's not that surprising, is it? No. So yeah, right. It was pretty easy to read. Same with this. This is also down a price. Has it always been down a price pretty badly though? Let's go ahead and find that out right now. So I scroll down over to here. I'll take a look, and it's stable. It's not going down in price anymore. But only one sale in the past 24 hours. It is not in demand. It is not looking good. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh dear. Only one sale in the past 24 hours. Wow. Mutagen Custom SMG. I bought 20 of them. I gave it a shot. I bought more of my stronger barda. I had to remove my stronger barda. Yeah, that dropped down. Oh, damn. It never got a collection continuation accepted, even though attempts were made, which I'll go ahead and showcase to you right now real quickly. So, as you'll see over here, Mr. Kavahu, he did try, but nothing was accepted, so shrug. Which is quite disappointing, because I thought it stood out quite nicely. I thought it was a pretty interesting, unique approach. Anyway, I bought 20 of them. Oh boy. Like 30 of the listings there are below $3. It's Rust or price. There's only 34 listings. Only 2 are sold in the past 24 hours. Oh dear, oh dear. So I bought 20. I must have bought an extra 20 through Baldur's. That didn't work out very well, did it? No, no, no. Oh no. So did you happen to buy any? Straight for the Rust store? Through a buy order? Go on. Tell me what happened to you. I need to know I'm not the only one who's struggling. And Crypt Barricade, I mean, it actually did a very good job for a while. As I look over to it on the Steam market, I can confirm for quite some time, it was actually in the positive. It was actually doing pretty good. But I think it's just based on the fact that there's a few people that bought them all out and tried to make it look as if it was actually valuable. So as I look over to here, yeah, initially it was above its Rust store price and it's doing okay. But if I show liquidity as well, yeah. A great day is when we see it like 5 sales. 5 sales. There's only 7 listed. The bars has only got to 60 cents. This is not retaining its value. This is not currently holding up very well. No. No. So, ta-da. I mean, we're walking into this knowing that it wasn't exactly the most stellar of Rust stores, but wow. Low sales to a point. I mean, we still reached up to 18,000 subscribers, but lower sales compared to other recent Rust stores. Not exactly like the most profitable Rust store. Nothing really here stood out, looking like it was going to be a pristine potential investment. I just didn't really trust any of it. I just had to walk away. You saw it happen. You saw it happen. I didn't trust any of it. Well, in regards to price suggestions and whatnot, I should also sit here and say I did have to remove some Bandanas as well, didn't I? I didn't get it exactly right. Oh, the Mutagen SMGs. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that wasn't very pretty, was it? No, no. Right. Well, at the very least, do we have an interesting Rust store to talk about next week? That being May 28, 2026. Well, we appeared to have gotten ourselves a very interesting pre-complete the sets Rust store. What does that mean? Well, honestly, you could just look at that and say it's a complete the sets Rust store. It was a teaser. It was a taste. And my goodness, Thunder Gold Tactical Gloves. Say no more. But then again, Popstar Large Backpack. Ooh, Apotheosis Fridge. Ooh, Space Station Electric Furnace. We had some cool looking skins. Abyss SKS, Harbour Seal Sleeping Bag. Yep. So, yeah, we've got some pretty interesting things to talk about next week. Oh, yes, indeed we do. But that's it for today's Rust store, or rather, the May 21, 2026 Rust store. Put for the comment below. Did you actually manage to make any profit? Were you satisfied with this Rust store? All right, we'll end it now. So, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. Say goodbye.